Extra time, gents. Let's kick it off with Neymar. I know you love to kick things off with Neymar.
Always do.
Yeah,
we always kick things off.
Plenty of things to be kicked off. Actually, I know you enjoy it so much. I'll go to Stewart Robson first on this. Stewart, will Neymar's antics be remembered more than his pure talent? Asks Alan. If he continues with this overacting and diving.
He'll always be regarded as a top-quality footballer in terms of his ability, but you're absolutely right. There's a lot of people that don't like him now. I was doing the game that he was playing in the other day. He seemed to be doing quite well, playing quite well, and then suddenly the arm comes up. He wanted to come off, he limped off. He may have an injury, but his diving, his antics, his showboating, it doesn't appeal to everyone. It certainly doesn't appeal to me.
But is it going to tarnish his reputation to that degree? That people will remember it, they won't forget?
I hope not. I still think there's more than enough time for Neymar to kind of grow out of this reputation that he now has. The one thing I don't think anybody denies is that he is an incredible talent and a joy to watch. The trouble is, he leaves you remembering all the wrong things.
Right.
And I hope that he recognises that, turns it around.
There was a time when we used to think similar things about one Cristiano Ronaldo, I will remind you. Way back in the early days, after he just moved to United, he got accused of being a diver and an actor all the time, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was around when, just before it became the norm. It's almost the norm.
Right.
Right? But actually, he's taking it to another level.
Yeah.
Right.
So, absolutely, 100%, he's going to... You think of Neymar, that's all you think about. Followed by, yeah, by the way, he had some skills. So, when's that ever going to change? And it's never going to change when he's at PSG. It's too easy for him. And is he going to mature? I don't think so. He's getting worse.
And that's the thing. I think people, well, not people, the managers he worked with, well, he just kind of run roughshod over Unai Emery at PSG, and Tite at Brazil almost allows him to do whatever he wants, and I don't think Tite has had a good influence on him in trying to stifle that. I remember during the World Cup, after the fourth game, I think it was, a stat came out. He'd spent 14 minutes on the floor in 4 games. That's over 3 minutes. You know how long that is to be on the floor per game? For me, it hurt Brazil because it took away their momentum, took away any impetus they had, and in the end it cost them.
Well, let's move from Neymar to Navas, Keylor Navas. Shaka, what's next for him? Joey B suggesting that perhaps a move to somewhere like Juventus, perhaps, question mark. I'm not sure what Szczesny would.
Yeah, look, Szczesny is a very good goalkeeper. I think better than people give him credit for. His issue is he has an error in him, and it kind of, you're never quite sure when it's going to crop up.
What about Navas? Does he have an error in him?
Well, Navas is a different style of goalkeeper. I know you're getting the old goalkeeper nerd in me out here. I think he's a different style. I think wherever he goes, he suits. Right now, Navas just has to sit tight and wait. I think there'll be a lot of opportunities opening up pretty soon. There may very well be a merry-go-round about to start. David De Gea's got, another year to run on his contract.
Yeah.
If that happens and he moves, then you'll see a crazy merry-go-round start.
Who would you rather have behind you, Navas or Szczesny?
I think I'll go with a goalkeeper whose style is not to have a mistake in.
That would be Keylor Navas.
That'd be Navas. Okay. I'd have Navas as well, for what it's worth.
Stuart, you want to weigh in on this?
I saw a lot of Szczesny at Arsenal, and his biggest problem was his own ego. I mean, he caused himself a lot of problems. He's a good goalkeeper, good athlete. He can come and take crosses, but there is an error in him. But he's got better since he's been at Juventus.
If only an ego could stop shots, eh? Hasn't happened yet. Stuart, I'll stay with you first. Arjen Robben confirming leaving Bayern at the end of the season. Where do you think he ranks among the Dutch all-time greats? Is the thrust of this question. He's got to be right up there, hasn't he?
I think he might. He probably just about gets in the top 10. I think he's an outstanding player. Over the last few years, he's got better for the Dutch national team. But when you think of the likes of Bergkamp, Cruyff, Nayskins, You look at some of those players, Hullet, Rijkaard, who won things, Arnold Muir, who played on the left-hand side, great cross of the ball. So I think he gets into the top 10.
Call about 15
he's in the top 10. He's been fantastic.
Well, when you think about these 15, he might just sneak into the top 10.
He got to 6, and then he got his 6, and he went, oh, better score.
And he didn't even mention Willy van der Kerkhoff. Willy van der Kerkhoff.
How could he not have mentioned Willy van der Kerkhoff?
Before my time.
What was his twin brother?
Rennie
van der Kerkhoff.
Oh, Rennie. No, it was Willy. They were twins, weren't they? Weren't they two van der Kerkhoffs?
Well, that's what I said, his brother.
Oh, I missed that part.
When you're twins, you're usually related. And if you're boys, then you're brothers.
Good point. Good point.
Just usually.
Can't argue that.
Where I grew
Can't
up.
argue that. Where would you put him? Do you want, top 10 Dutch players?
I think he's outside the top 10.
He's outside. Yeah?
Listen, at his best, as a defender, you're like, oh my goodness, what do I do with this guy? Because you know what he's going to do, but at his best, even when you know what he's going to do, sometimes you can't stop it. But he doesn't do it enough.
I'm going to go with the 2 old guys, just outside the top 10.
Just outside. Whoa.
How many teams?
right.
How many teams has he gone through a season playing a full season with?
You looking at me?
Well, because I don't know. I don't think it'll be that many.
Rarely at Chelsea. Huh?
Really,
I
anyway.
don't know. You're being a bit harsh on him. You're being harsh on him, Steve. He's
I'm only
played
answering the
for
question.
For Bayern
He's not-
Munich.
He's not in the top 10.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you.
I just said, as a defender, at his best, you're thinking, oh no, what am I going to do? I mean, what's wrong with that? That's a compliment, isn't it?
He's been, what I would say, he's been head and shoulders above every Dutch player in the last 6 years or so.
Yeah. Is this the same Dutch team that couldn't qualify for a World Cup in that period?
Exactly.
there you go.
And he was
Well,
one of the
they
best
also
players at the
got-
World Cup in
they also got to
2014.
semi-final. They also got to
Again,
semi-final.
so you're not wrong in what
8
you
years
say.
ago.
Just doesn't mean that the rest have been that brilliant.
Reached the World Cup final.
Oh, the final,
2010.
that's
He was
right.
part of that team. Big part of that team.
Hold on.
2010.
When was that? 8 years ago? He said 6 years ago.
All right.
They got to the semi-final
Don't
4
let-
years. They
don't
got
let
to the
facts-
semi-final 4 years
Don't
ago.
let facts get in the way
They
of
got to the
it.
semi-final 4 years ago.
Hey, England got to semi-final 6 months ago.
What does that have to do with this?
How many of their team would get in the all-time England? Top 10. None.
How we reach here?
No, I'm just telling you, just because they got a World Cup semi-final doesn't mean that any of the players get in their all-time top 10. And that's why I threw England in.
Shaka's going on that. Shaka's going on that team thing again, isn't he? You have to win a tournament or you have to win something for a player to be any good. That's Shaka's argument.
Wait. See, I was ready to move on.
You're
All
talking
I'm
to a
saying
man.
is, he
You're
just
talking
said,
to a man
he
who
just
hates
said,
Messi.
you
What
said,
fancy you got?
Stuart, wait, hold on. Stuart said his best Dutch player in the last 6 years. And Stevie said, well, is this the same Dutch team that couldn't qualify for a World Cup? And all I said is, in the last 6 years, they got to a World Cup semi-final. That's all I said.
Why did you say that?
Oh, well, I just felt to say something.
Just by comparison, would you have Ruud van Nistelrooy in the top 10 all time?
I don't know.
He'd be ahead of Robben.
He'd be ahead of Robben, yeah.
Be ahead of Robben.
Patrick Kluivert, would he be ahead of Robben? Stewart? Any thoughts?
No, I think Robben. I think, has been exceptional. I've done every Dutch game for the last probably 6 years, and Arjen Robben was the one player that when he got the ball, you knew something was going to happen, and he was very consistent. Every time he got the ball, there was going to be a cross come in. He was going to get a shot away. He was going to get a free kick. He liked to
loves that.
fall over and dive around a bit,
You know what?
but he was still a top player.
He loves Arjen Robben
loves
as
it.
much as Shaka hates Messi.
No, I don't hate
That's
Messi.
how much he loves him.
It's a hairstyle thing. Him and Robin. It's a hair thing.
Yes, aerodynamic.
And I do not hate. Move on.
All right, we shall. Last question. Who's a better defender, that dog in Ecuador or Sergio Ramos?
Well,
It was a pretty good clearance by that dog, I got to
the
say.
dog kept calm,
Yeah.
didn't make a rash decision,
Yeah.
was
Didn't-
cool as a cucumber, made a good decision, cleared the ball without any sort of drama.
And didn't venture forward, think he was a centre forward.
Well, we don't know how good he is in the opposition
other
penalty
box.
box
Haven't seen no,
because we've only seen him defend.
no
it.
evidence to go on yet.
So far, he's just ahead of Ramos, the other dog.
High praise indeed.
Trouble is the
Go on, Sue.
the trouble is the dog hasn't won 3 Champions Leagues.
He's only played one game.
Oh, there we go with the there we go with the team argument.
He's only played. Yeah, he's only.
You're the- yeah,
you
you're-
want the team thing again?
You're throwing this team thing around.
I think that dog did have a hand in the Copa Libertadores title, though. unconfirmed reports have suggested that he might.
Which year we talking about? It could have been this year.
In dog years, it's a different.
Oh, that's
A different scale.
dog years. That's 7. We're only like 6 years. Robbo.
Is it time to go?
Yeah, let's go.
I think it might be.
Please.
We've established that
Let's
Sergio
go.
Ramos is better than a dog. Actually, did we establish that?
No.
We
didn't.
ESPN FC available every day. ESPN Plus is the place to go.